I guess since we're talking, we're trying to be some of the more under the radar things. It's not the SEC. We could talk about Bama and Vandy or whatever. Baylor. Let's talk about Baylor. Let's
Talk
talk
about
about
Baylor.
Michael Trigg. He might be the second best tight end behind Kenyon Sadiq in the country right now. Former big time recruit in the 2021 class, I believe. Originally signed with USC, transfers to Ole Miss. Now he's at Baylor. This dude averaged 22. I didn't see this until you put this on here, but 22 points per game playing high school basketball. He was a legit basketball player. And he had 8 catches for 155 yards, a couple of really, really impressive highlight catches, one-handers, just going up and getting it. The chemistry really seems to be evident between him and Sawyer Robertson. And what we talk about Sawyer Robertson, he's a big dude. I don't remember when it was, but I do know there was the seam throw that was really impressive. He can rip it. He can rip it. And I was looking, it seems like every week he's got 400 yards. Sure enough, he has 200 more yards than anybody else in the country this year. He's the only guy over 2,000. And yeah, it was a fun game. Avery Johnson has been a little up and down this year, but that was really, really a shootout. They both went for like over 350 passing yards. Oh yeah. Yup.
Listen, you'll learn something about D very quickly. Is he loves we both do. We both love to pull up the basketball highlights. It shows you a lot.
Got to.
Florida guy, talk about well-traveled. The guy he's from Florida. He went to USC, then he was at Ole Miss, now at Baylor. I don't know why it didn't work out at Ole Miss, to be honest with you. You think they would be able to utilize a guy like that? I mean, he caught some passes, but he really wasn't what he is now, where he's a focal point and I think really that's an NFL combination. Look at that, 22, 5, 4, 1, 1, 1. That's an NFL combination. We talk about Sawyer Robertson and Trigg. Sawyer Robertson, you think, okay, right, Big 12 quarterback. He's one of big numbers. We've seen those guys before, but he really does have physical tools. He can move. You mentioned that throw where he just ripped it up the seam. He has the arm strength to do it. The production is there. I think he can. The instincts were the question coming into the year. You've seen some ability to go through his reads. Certainly having a guy like Trigg helps, who is, like you said, if Kenyon Sadiq with probably the overall skill set and the blocking is probably the best tight end in the country. But if you're talking about just receiving, like just at least production and what they mean to their team. So you can kind of blend in a little more because the team is more balanced. Trigg is the guy for this Baylor team down the stretch. He had a monster game, over 150 yards against Kansas State. But they got
this Big 12. This Big 12 is going to be a wacky one. I really think that's going to be a fun conference to follow. Just looking at the standings right now, you have BYU and Texas Tech both undefeated. They're 5-0 and 2-0 in the conference, but Arizona State, good team, love their quarterback. Obviously, Jordan Tyson at receiver. I'm a big fan of Dillingham as a whole. Their Baylor's, we're talking about them. They, had a 3-point loss to Arizona State a few weeks back. Houston's not a bad team. Utah, they're 4-1, one of the better teams in the conference. And Houston got beat pretty badly this weekend.
Yeah, I was going to say Texas Tech made them look bad, but that's kind of a Miami thing.
Yeah, well, I just think when I'm talking about, I'm looking at some of these teams in the middle part of the Big 12, like they have the ability to beat some of the teams near the top of the conference, right? Yeah. So I think that's what's going to make the Big 12 pretty wacky to follow this year. But
so I'm just like Sawyer Robertson, real quick. Michael Trigg has over 100 more receiving yards than any other tight end in the country this year. So they'd love to throw the ball.
And one guy to watch too on that offense, we're talking, because one thing you'll see if you guys, again, subscribe to Group Chat Sports, almost 1,900 on live right now. Like and subscribe to the channel. We love the draft, and a lot of this is talking about guys who you're going to hear about during draft season, either now or later. So we want to identify those guys during the season so you can watch them and say, okay, well, I got Baylor on the TV while I'm doing other stuff. Now I know kind of who to watch for. Trigg certainly is one at tight end. Sawyer Robertson. I'd also throw Bryson Washington in that mix. 6 foot, 216-pound redshirt sophomore out of Franklin, Texas. Had 1,000 yards last year, 12 touchdowns, over 5.9 yards per carry, and he's off to a good start this year as well. He's somebody, he's not the most dynamic necessarily, but he's big, he's got burst, and he's been productive. So that Baylor offense, Baylor defense is a different story, but I think that Baylor offense, between what they have in the receiving game with Trigg and some of the other guys, 34, his name escapes me right now, but he's a good player as I pull up the stats. But certainly, Josh Cameron, he's a good player, but certainly Trigg, Washington, and Sawyer Robertson. Those three, I think you're talking about 3 guys that you'll be seeing either this draft or the next draft in the case of Bryson Washington as draft picks. So Baylor, exciting team. And any predictions on the Big 12 here before we get out of here from Josh wants to know?
I think you just got to go Texas Tech, man. I'm kind of obsessed with the Utah offensive tackles, and they got rocked in their game against Texas Tech, and that's the best offensive tackle duo maybe you'll see. Like, those guys could both be top 15 picks, and they got completely dominated by Texas Tech. Nobody else in the Big 12 has those guys. The rest of the Utah offensive line is pretty good too, and I mean that pass rush is just until they get to the playoff, because I do think they make the playoff at this point, unless, and you know, the Big 12 is so unpredictable. Until they make the playoff, I don't see anybody stopping David Bailey and Romello Height. 11 pressures for Bailey this week, tied for most in the country with Ruben Bain. He's got 1 more pressure than Bain on the year. He leads the country. So I think I have to go Texas Tech until they prove otherwise.
And lesson from there, Pete, we know it because we did all those Texas Tech portal videos on Group Chat Sports. Your boys.
You have oil money, spend it on the trenches.
Yeah, that's it.
Spend it on the trenches. You listen, you got to.
Their line's looking pretty good too.
Dude, there's a lot of teams that spend a lot of money. And yes, they spent it very, you know, they have oil money. We are not saying anything groundbreaking there, but they spent it on the right guys. So, and one of the guys, Joyner, who they spent a lot of money on as well, a running back that was a big explosive part of their offense, one of the fastest guys in the country. He's out for the year. So
but then a running back, you know, Jacoby Williams, who they've been using, they use a few backs. They have a pretty nice little rotation there. But Jacoby Williams, 308 yards, 5.3 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, and then he's catching the ball. 15 catches, 227 yards, 15.1 per catch, including a 71-yarder and a touchdown. So they got guys out there, man. It's not. I thought when Joyner went down, knowing how much they spent on him, it would really hurt their running back rotation. But it seems they got 3 other guys that can get it done, including Williams, who's one of the better all-around guys. All right, so 1900 on. Like and subscribe. Like I said, to Group Chat Sports. We're doing this. I don't say we're doing it every day, but we're going to do a lot of the days, and this is throughout the season, off season. Honestly, off season probably kick up even more. But want to
a lot of recruiting stuff too. A lot of recruiting stuff. We didn't really talk recruiting today, but we will be talking a lot of national recruiting stuff as well.
Just to keep you guys, again, we got a lot of knowledgeable college football fans in the chat. We appreciate all you guys in the chat. I could tell you guys loving this because you guys are very active and engaged. Got over 1900 on. Or like and subscribe to Group Chat Sports. We'll be putting all these little individual segments that we talk about on Group Chat Sports. So if you missed it and you say, oh, what's going on with, what are they talking about? Oh, interesting. A little Baylor talk, a little Florida talk. Whatever it is, we'll keep you covered. And if you listen to this show and you subscribe to the channel, you're going to be up to date on all of these teams, especially through the season and then into the offseason. You're going to know exactly who's where. It's kind of hard to keep up with these portal guys sometimes. We'll cover the portal all the way through like we did last time. We'll cover college football, we'll cover recruiting. We want you guys to be the most informed college football fans on the planet, and we had to bring in the big dogs for that. That's why we brought in the Malachi Tony of the internet game, the Fink.
That might go to Trenton. He's a little younger. So,
but Trenton, the problem with Trenton, listen, we've talked about it before. The state of Kentucky has some these laws right now that are banning mobile phone use in school hours is hurting us, man. So,
is that right?
Yeah, man, we can't.
I got out before that. Oof.
Yeah, well, listen, that's why we had to, like we said, we had to call the boss of the Kentucky media prospects world.
Yeah, the final boss.
Yeah, exactly. But no, Clay, awesome stuff today, and we're gonna keep. We did this. This is the first time we've done it this format, so stay tuned. We're gonna be doing a lot more of this coming up, and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and go follow Clay, guys, on social media as well, because he's again FSU reporter primarily, as he's a student over there, but always posting stuff across the country from his perspective. So go give him a follow.
Appreciate you guys. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see more of, and we'll do it. This show's about you guys. Appreciate you. And like I said, like and subscribe to Group Chat Sports. Like and subscribe to the main channel with Canes Insight, and we'll be having some fun, man. So lot going on. College football. No better time to be a college football fan than right now.
No.
All right, guys. See ya later.